so that now he's tainted goods and you can't touch him. Yeah, that's what mine did. Bitch. Katie. I remember you. She has no idea what Twitch is, and she's married with 4 kids now, so she's definitely no idea what Twitch is. Not to the guy that she screwed me over for. No. Anyway, back to namaste. La 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 la. Let's get out of that mindset. Perfect. So, we're going to lower ourselves down. This may be a bit too high. I may have really sort of got ambitious there. I'm going to put that as a place to catch my head, just in case I have gotten ambitious. We're going to lower. Oh yeah. Oh, that's the stuff. Bringing yourself, if you have the second block, bringing that up behind the back of your head. And then look at that. You can just melt the chest open over it. It's great. It's sort of like, trying to think of a good analogy for melting. I can't think of one. Leaving your tub of Ben and Jerry's out after you've been shopping and it's sat on the side and it just starts that slow melt. That's what we're trying to do with our chest. So we're trying to create as much space, as much opening in here as we can. So think of the collarbones as peeling away from each other. Think of the ribs as molding themselves down and collapsing towards the earth, so that you've just got this sort of, there's your spine and your ribs are melting down to each side over it. So this is a nice way to come into a very passive fish pose. Gives you the opening up in the chest and you haven't got to do a single thing to get there. You're not lifting a finger right now, which is always great, isn't it? We love this. If you don't have any of this, and a lot of you don't, I'm going to show you the variation into this. What's everyone's Ben and Jerry's flavour? The one that they like. I only have one. It is still choc fudge brownie. I've tried the rest. I don't like it. It's too sweet. But the choc fudge brownie, and the problem is I buy it, and it's like £4 to buy. It's severely overpriced ice cream. It's nice, but it's severely overpriced. And I'll get, say that's the tub, I'll get that far in, forget about it, gets that horrible freezer burn where the moisture, like the water molecules come back out of it, then it tastes funny, then like the chocolate brownie has a bitty taste, then I throw it all away. So I really need to stop buying it, because I have the idea and I have the craving, and it doesn't take much to satisfy my craving, and then it's just a waste of money. I need like the little tester pots. You know when you go in a store and they're like, here, have a taster. I need that to be sold to me in that size. They do little mini ones at the cinema. I need that available, but in store. Because again, the price of that in the cinema is the same price as the big one there. £4 for ice cream is just too much. Don't care who you are. I'm not Rockefeller. I'm not making that much money on Twitch that I can spend £4 a tub. Right, lower. Okay, so if you don't have any of that stuff and you're like, well, damn it, Dharma, how am I supposed to get up there now? First of all, you need to see where your lower back is. Let me think of the wording for this. Okay, so if you have lower back issues, i.e. if stretching out right here, right now, you find that that's giving you some sort of tugging sensation on your lower back, I want you to step the feet in like we do on a bridge. So you have your feet in, the soles of your feet in contact with the earth, and you'll find that that sort of tugging sensation in your lower back should disappear. You're going to have to press down into the back of the arm. So we're coming from here, triceps, shoulder, triceps to the elbow. That's as far as is getting involved here. And I want you to press that down into the earth as you come up onto the crown of your head. So the reason I'm showing you fish is because it's going to show you how to build up from there into wheel pose. So you're going to press down into there, you're going to slide up onto the crown of your head. So the crown of your head, for guys who don't know what the crown of your head looks like, it's roughly 3 to 4 finger width from your fringe. So it's actually up here, yeah? So you know when you're watching those action movies, I love action movies, but you know you're watching those action movies and they come up behind someone and they clonk them on the back of the head and they go down, yeah? That's sort of where you're trying to go to. So imagine that there's, you know, some sort of like tiny little ninja dude that's got a throwing star aiming it at the crown of your head. You want to put that baby on the floor so that he doesn't get involved. So yeah, it tends to be about 4 fingers, 3 fingers up to here. So it's all of this area there. Now I have a double crown, so it's really hard to see in my hair, but it's usually where the parting is as well. But mine goes both ways because, you know, so do I. That wasn't a joke, it's God's honest. So yeah, back down here, pressing into it, coming up onto the crown of your head. So we've got the elbows pressed down, we're up onto the crown of our head. That is a back bend. We're starting here. You can then lower the hands down onto the floor and the forearms, so you give yourself a little bit more stability, and you're going to stay here. So we don't want all of our weight resting on the crown of our head. We want to be bringing those shoulders back behind us, lifting that chest up, keeping that stretch happening in the lower back, and staying here. So this is a great place to start off with, and again, if this helps your lower back, have your feet flat to the floor. You can also extend the legs. And then if you're thinking, well, this is a power class and I really want to get into the abdominals as well because I'm a masochist, then you can have either the shins parallel to the floor and coming into it this way, or you can extend the legs and having to use your abdominals to keep you there. So whichever variation you're doing, hang out for a few breaths, build that power. The longer you stay in the pose, the more power you're building. I'm going to bring that back down, slide down, so you don't have to pick your neck up off the floor. And when you come out of the pose, literally grab a hold of the back of your neck, give yourself some support, press down into your elbow. Lift yourself up. The reason I want you to come back into a seated position is because we're going to do a little counter pose. So feet flat, hook them around your shins, drop your chin down towards your chest, and we're going to stretch the neck out the other way. So we're turtling out our back, coming into turtle back right now. So, fish pose, coming through without the block, that's how you can start to come up into your wheel pose. And you're going to start off on the crown of your head, you're then going to press into the hands, you're going to lift up like a little turtle poking its head out, and we're going to try and pull the hips up towards the ceiling. Now you will look on Instagram and you will see that there are girls that are properly, you know, really bent over, nice arch to their back. You're going to see me, I look like a workman's table, yeah? It's like arms, knees, body in the middle. I am not, that's my bridge pose, yeah? Other people are like, oh, you know, super nice and flowy with it, a proper arch. No, I'm not. I'm like, you could wallpaper across me. But I still get the stretch, I still get the opening out of the chest, and I still get that activation in the back body. So I'm groovy. Don't focus on what it looks like, focus on how it feels. If you get caught up in how it should look, you're going to end up taking yourself into injury spaces because you're like, but everyone else is like, and I'm not. So try and just, you know, close your eyes, focus on the sensations. As long as it feels good and you're in the right neighborhood, doesn't matter how it looks. No one's watching you right now. They're watching me, so it's fine. Ooh, pistachio gelato is my go-to, topped with more pistachios and a pinch of salt. Do you know what? I miss pistachios. My stupid friggin' dude is allergic to nuts and he can't have them in the house. I frickin' miss pistachios. God, they were good. Sorry, they were a staple of my Christmas. I'm now fantasizing about pistachios again. Lovely. Your head is rather big, so it's probably a little higher than that. Well, alright, big head. Don't pay for all the air that's in regular ice cream. Oh, you see, no, I don't now. I'm not a massive fan of ice creams. I like ice lollies. I prefer flavoured ice. And we have a store here in the UK called Iceland that does all the stuff from your childhood. So like screwballs. When the ice cream man used to come, Screwballs. I don't know if you have it here. You can get a screwball with the witch's hat. That was the best ice cream ever. Okay, so it's that. It's like a little tub of ice cream. It had a bubble gum at the bottom of it. All this ice cream on top, and then they put an ice lolly in the top, and it was a witch's hat. So you got, for a child, ice cream, ice lolly, and gum, all in one price. I was fucking sold. I was like, yes! That's everything I wanted every time the ice cream man came. The ice cream truck came. I was like, yeah, I want a screwball, witch's hat, screwball. And that's what I used to get. Now, I only like ice lollies. So, not really a fan of the ice cream. Chalk ice is as far as I go with a thing. And everything that's nice here that was acceptable in ice cream format has shrunk. So remember Magnums? They used to be like this big. They're like this big now. I'm not paying for that. So ice lolly is the way forward. Right, anyway. Let's continue on with getting into this will pose. Let me get that out of there. Sorry if any alerts go off, I'm not going to hear you. So coming into will. Coming into will. That was a loaded sentence. Coming into the pose of wheel. Damn it, Dharma. You same thing as we coming up into the bridge pose, but we're going to end up with the hands, fingertips placed behind us. So I'm going to just turn around quickly so I'll show you what I mean sat up. So bridge pose, but the fingertips are here underneath the shoulders, pointing down towards the back so that you have somewhere to extend from. Because when I'm lying on the floor, you can't see what I'm doing. So just show you sat up. Alright. Okay. Just get my hair out of the way for a sec. So, fingertips facing in as I showed you. We're going to come up onto the crown of our head. We're going to come up into our bridge pose as well. So you can come up into this, lifting up the hips if you want, and then trying to come up that way. Personally, I prefer to come up on the crown of my head first because then I'm not putting all of my weight onto my neck. That's just my own personal preference. So I'm going to come up, crown of the head, extend, pressing up. Like I say, now I look like a workman's bench. Lower down into the crown of the head and roll yourself back down again. Knees into the chest. I'm going to lift that up one more time just to see if we can maintain it. Hurt my wrists. That's why I'm going to do it one more time. See? Surprisingly, it's not always in the place you expect the warning to come from. Sometimes it catches you unaware. What the hell is that? There's a bug chilling on my ceiling. Alright, let's do this one more time. Just making sure I haven't taken any tension into the neck. If you got anything going on right now, forget it. Stay on the floor. So I'll try it one more time. Oh no. No, I won't. No, I won't. Just pressing into my wrist there has given me no. We did it once. I hope you managed to join in because my wrist is now complaining, so we're not doing it again. I listen to my body. Alright. Feel free to try it again on your own if you'd like, but I think we're going to leave it here with the back bends for today. And we're just going to bring ourselves into a nice little stretchy session to finish off with. So from here, step the feet together. We're going to open out to the side. We're going to take ourselves into Supta Baddha Konasana. So we're going to be sitting here, bringing in the soles of the feet. In fact, we're going to be in reclined Baddha Konasana instead, so that we can stay here. So we're bringing the knees down, out to the side. Hips are getting a nice little stretch right now. There may be a few clunk clicks as they step back into their neutral position. It's just a nice little way to sort of let everything go now. And that's the point of yoga. You know, like there now, I've got a little bit of a twinge in this wrist, so I'm going to stop putting any further weight into it so that we can continue with the yoga tomorrow. So you can listen to the body, you know, you can go into it with great intentions and still get a warning twinge that's like, hey, carry on, you're going to be sorry. And if you can learn to listen to what your body's trying to tell you, you should never have too many issues with your yoga practice. This is why we move slowly, we move mindfully, and we listen to what needs to be taken care of. Alright, grab a hold of the thighs. We're going to squeeze them up together. And then we're going to roll over onto the right hand side, push ourselves up into a nice seated position. So let's come over. Let's roll. Oh, no, don't press into the stream deck. And we're going to take it into a few shoulder stretches while we're here. So, this is one of my favorite all-time shoulder stretches, and it's a great, what the hell's that? There it is. It's a great way to get into the tops of the shoulders, into the delts. And it's going to be intense if you've never done it before, but I love it. It's one of my go-to ones. So first of all, step the feet a little bit wider than, you know, not as wide as the mat, but almost the edges of the mat. Take the right hand, the back of the right hand, so here, you want to place it on the right hip. You're going to drop this knee down to the side. You're going to hook the elbow inside of the thigh, and you're going to squeeze that knee back up, and you're going to feel the stretch happening here. Sit up nice and tall, and you can really get it to start to work into the delt. Release, drop the knee down first, come out of this. We'll take it to the other side, let me swap this over. Yeah, you're right, they're not cheap anymore. So anyway, with that, yeah. Sad girl, just looking at the room. Hey, Melissa. So bring the left hand to rest on the hip, drop the knee down, squeeze it up, take it into this side. Sorry, I was just catching up with chat, and then I realised that this isn't doing this stuff. Told ya, I will have it. I had just found the studio that I was ready to shoot from, and then COVID happened. COVID means that I'm not allowed to walk into a studio right now. None of our gyms are open yet, same as yours. So, they will be coming. Okay, thank you, Brandon, for the kind words. Take care. Stay here for one more breath. Ooh, pleasant username, hello! Okay, all you people who are asking me to follow you on Twitter, please follow me first so I know who you are. Because your Twitter handles don't match your Twitch handles. So if you don't go, hi, this is, you know, whatever, then I have no idea who you are. I have no hope of tracing you. And then it just looks like I'm not following you back. Yeah, cool. If you want my Twitter, then it's just !socials. Some people are weird. They get confused about which one it is. Alright, gonna do both. Strap it in, people. Hands to the hips, knees to the side, elbows hooked in, and you'll find that you don't get to take it anywhere near as deep as you did when you were doing one side and then the other. It's intense, but it's a good intensity. I like it. It sort of gives you that little stretch that you didn't know you were missing until you start doing it, and you're like, oh my god, that feels so good. It's like taking your shoes off after walking around town for 6 hours, and you're like, oh, my dogs are howling, but man, that's so good to slip off. You know? Or for a woman, when you take your bra off at the end of the day, if you wear one. All right, release, bring it back down. The tops of the shoulder and the delts. Beautiful stretch. And we're going to take it into some seated twists now as well. So we can start off with small twists and then we'll get deeper into the other ones. So going to find yourself in your comfortable seated position. I'm going to drop the knees out to the side. And we're going to bring the left hand over to the right knee as we bring the right arm back behind us, coming into a little baby twist to begin with. So we're going to go here and twist. Okay, back to center. Always reset first. And then take the right hand to the left knee, left hand back behind you and twist. And then back to center. So we're going to bring it all around here. I do love it when everyone else comes for them though. It's so cute. I mean, you don't know who he's talking to. Be talking to any one of you, yeah? And who doesn't want to hear that from a stranger on the internet? Eh? So if you're going to come into the deeper twist, you can start off with the right leg that's stretched out in front of you. If you have really sort of, tight hips, this will be the great variation. Pick the left leg up, step it over the right thigh, and you can stay here in your twist. I'm going to kick it up into getting into the hips as well. So I'm going to bend that bottom foot, place it up by my ass, but I'm not going to sit on the heel. Just going to stay underneath. So if I twizzle to this sort of angle, you can see both the legs and what else is going on. So I've got that lined up there, that stepped over it, and then we're going to take it into the twist, but it's going to be deeper. So we're going to start off again with the right arm. So we're going to stretch the right arm up overhead. We're going to take the elbow to the outside of the left knee, and then you're going to be able to twist. Now, if you bring the hand into this as well, the hand that's on the floor, the left hand, you'll find that you get more of that dynamic tension and you could actually press the ground away and get deeper into the twist. But this is entirely up to you, again, because I don't know how open you are in your back flexibility. And we've done a little back bending today, so you are going to be pretty open already. So please move mindfully. If you get a twinge, unwind out the pose and chill. Counter twist, so it's a little sort of 30%, hugging in with the left arm this time, just a little counter twist in the opposite direction. And then we're going to swap it over. This is where I do my showgirl legs because I like my showgirl legs. Swap it around. And we're ready to do it on the other side. So again, left fingertips pointing up towards the ceiling as we make the bind and the twist. And then I'm using this bottom hand to sort of pull myself around a little bit more so I can get deeper into the twist. Takes off man bra. Yeah, well, you know what? Some people, they are stacked in that area. They could do with it. Yeah, there's a few people I've seen around, running around, and I'm like, you could do with a boulder holder, my friend. Got pecs rippling everywhere. I'm like, dress it up in some lace, my friend. Show it off. Give us the cleave. We love great cleavage. Alright, bring it back around. Your little counter twist in the opposite direction. Oh, fabuloso. So we should be feeling good by now. We're going to take it into our seated position, like so. And we're going to just do some little neck rolls, make sure that we haven't taken any tension into the neck. which is a real possibility when we're coming into wheel. Real and wheel. Sorry. It's the kind of funnage that makes me smile. So we want to make sure that we've gotten all sort of, you know, everything's groovy there. One of those little bobbleheads on a dashboard, yeah? Or as the kids that I went to school with used to call me Lego head. Yeah, they were nice. That's why I keep the hair short and curly now, so you can't see the big head that I've got. Coulthard, yeah? I mean, David Coulthard looked like he's, you know, got a moon face. So, check out the neck. Is that good? Shoulders. Take your fingertips to the shoulders, like you're swimming through water. Make sure that there aren't any grinding or clicking sensations through there. Reverse it, take it in the opposite direction. Hey Jelly Bean! We appreciate you. It feels good. Now we're going to do some little tompies. Make sure that the spine's still nice and supple. So I find this a lot easier to do if you're sat cross-legged like I am right now, because you can hang onto your kneecaps, which is the oddest sensation and weirdest sentence I've ever said. Hang onto your kneecaps. You're going to bring your chest forward. You're going to roll it out here as you open up through the collarbones. You're going to spin it over to the right as we peel over to the side, taking it into the back body. So we're going to round out in the spine, peeling it over to the other side as we lift up and out and back around. And we call it the Tompy because he likes to shit stir. He's been immortalized now. Do one more and then we'll reverse it. I put my thing down, flip it and reverse it. I can get away with it, I assume, because there's no music. And it was one line of lyric. Last one. Oh, I always feel like Kate Bush when I do this. Oh, it's me, it's Kathy, da 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 da. It just feels really sort of contemporary and dramatic. I feel like I should be in a leotard and dancing across a stage that has a spotlight upon me with people in the background doing this. Yeah? Just, I don't know if anyone's old enough to remember Kate Bush. If you do, you had a great childhood. If you don't, I don't even know who I would compare her to today. I don't even know today's music. Who's dramatic? Gaga? Is she current? I don't know. Who cares? Anyway, so we're going to seal the practice in. We did all the work. We got into some power back bends. Power! Yeah, you are now Arnie, you have power. So, I've got to stop with the Arnie impressions. I don't, stop it. They're not even any good, but I just can't stop doing it now. So yeah, anyway, you've tapped into your, you know, your inner power lifter, if you want. Your world's strongest man, whichever one you identify with. If you're feeling a bit like Thor, then you can be Thor. If you're feeling a bit of Big Z, you can be Big Z. Who's the other one? The big American dude. He's actually a really nice guy. I can just never remember his name. He's so generic in the face and that. What's his freaking name? Shaw. I want to say Shaw, but I can't remember his first name. Oh, anyway, him. See what I mean? Whichever one you identify with, tap into them, and you can be all like, yes, I'm cool. I did yoga. I stuck with it. I'm powerful now. So hands to prayer center. This is where we come back to that sensation and that art of honoring yourself. So think about the start of the class when we honored ourselves, when we stopped in Vajrasana and we were like, okay, what do we want to do for today? What do we expect? What are we hoping for? And reflect from there to how you are now. Did you achieve everything you wanted to? Do you feel happy? Do you feel looser? Do you feel like it was worth the time and the effort? It's a little bit of comparison for you. But whatever it did or didn't happen, you still have to honor yourself. You busted out the mat, you joined in. That's the hardest thing to do. The hardest part of